Here's the third and final ACO Best Game Prize, played in the ACO 50 Plus Seniors Tournament in October in Crete. And I've definitely saved the best till last. This was the choice of my colleague Spiridon Skembris. He nominated this game. Kevin Winter, playing white, Yorkshire's finest, against Marianne Krause. By the way, if you're interested in playing in the next ACO event, it's in May 2024. There's an early bird special. If you book before the end of November, do check it out. It's a wonderful event, really relaxed, great hotel, great food. I'll be there giving some coaching and giving some lectures. Do check out the website, it's great. Right, here we go. So, Kevin Winter playing white. Pawn to e4, and Marianne plays d5, the Scandi. Takes his best, and white attacks the queen. Now, a few moves are possible here. Queen d6, queen a5, and queen d8 played in this game. This is a way of avoiding any kind of complications. And black just wants to achieve the desired setup. So the bishop comes out before playing e6. There we go, e6. And if black can set up with c6, knight d7, bishop somewhere, this is a very decent setup for black. It is very hard to crack black's formation. And that's why this next move from Kevin is actually really important. If you're going to get somewhere against this opening, I think you have to really take the game by the scruff of the neck. Knight e5. So this is the start of a very nice attack. The knight makes room for the queen. That could already be quite nice. But also sets up g4, hitting that bishop. Also looks at the f7 square. And as black hasn't castled yet, then that could be rather sensitive. Okay, so c6 played, and I think that's a little bit too casual. I think as black has wasted time with queen d5 and then back to d8 again, black has to really concentrate on development, and I think it would have been better to play knight d7 or bishop b4. But c6, too many poor moves. g4, excellent move by Kevin. Like I said, if you're going to break this setup, then it's really important to use your lead in development from the word go. Bishop goes back to g6. Of course, you can play bishop e4, but after this, queen f3, I mean, white just has such a nice attacking position. The knight goes back here, but I mean, it's obviously very pleasant for white. Just great positions for the pieces. So after g4, bishop g6 played. So what has this achieved? If you take here, then actually black benefits from that exchange because the rook can actually be used here. But Kevin plays correctly. h4. And the idea is to try and trap that bishop. Black's problem is that, of course, you would like to play h6 or h5. But then that bishop could just be taken and black's structure is completely shattered. Bishop b4, so black is fighting back. Because if h5, then the bishop escapes. There's a useful pin there, and bishop d5, and that's not so clear. And Kevin plays quite a brave move now, actually, f3. So that's kind of taking a time out, playing a pawn move, but it does set up a clear threat, and that's h5, winning the bishop here. And as mentioned before, if you move the h-pawn, that's no good at all. Black's pawns are shattered. That's absolutely horrible. So what should black do now? It's actually a very unpleasant position. Well, Marianne decides to just give up that piece. Because after bishop takes, queen takes d4. Oh, this is a little bit tricky. Yes, white has won a piece for 2 pawns, but that knight is attacked. And if the knight retreats, then queen takes bishop. And what happens if you support that knight with a pawn? Knight d7. This isn't so clear, actually. Black threatens to exchange, or just threatens to win a pawn, actually. I mean, if the bishop retreats, then black can simply take on e5. It's actually very tricky. So how did white play? Queen e2. Another brave move from Kevin. So the queen supports those 2 minor pieces. It does allow black to take on c3, and this is what happened. So now black has, let me see, 3 pawns for the piece. The king is in check. It's a double attack. What do you play? King f1. Black has taken the rook in the corner. So what's the big deal here? In fact, it's very good for white. Knight takes pawn on f7 played. So obviously prepared before going in for queen e2. Kevin saw that, of course, black could take this rook, but had prepared knight takes f7. Not the sacrifice. Black played knight d5 here. In fact, castle kingside, crazy move. Is it legal? Yes, it's legal. That would have been more interesting. And now white has to be a little bit careful. Let's say king g2, rook takes, bishop b2, so that actually wins the queen. But black can try to hang on in that position. Should be better for white, but it's tricky. But after knight f7, knight d5 played, and now Kevin executes a breathtaking finish. Queen takes pawn check. Queen d6, giving up that knight. But that knight can be taken with check. The king is getting kicked around. We need another piece in the attack. The queen can't do everything on its own. And the moment that bishop is pinned, and this is a nice move. King g2, a quiet move. So once the king is out of the way, the bishop is free to move. It might come to a3, it might come to g5. But also rook e1 check is happening. So in fact, black is lost here. And the game finished queen c3. Which does guard 2 squares, but bishop g5 is winning. And that was the final move of the game. Black resigned because if king f8, you give another check. And then it's mate on e8. There you go. Very satisfying win. Well played, Kevin Winter. A really nice game. I like the way that he took the game by the scruff of the neck with g4 and then h4. As I said, if you're going to crack black's system, which is a bit slow, then you've got to go for it straight away. And then the sacrifices after that were really nice too. Thanks for watching.